computer. Okay. Okay, it's recording now. So essentially, this is team 2. We're recording right now to determine how we're going to divide and conquer on this assignment. And I've got Linda here. And Linda, you said you've done some work already on this?
Yeah. So I originally thought that all we had to do was agree on whether we were going to be either for the policy or against the policy, and then we all had to write our own paper. So I started writing down my own ideas, the way I start writing my papers. So I uploaded that onto the shared document using the Texas State email.
Okay. And did you send it out to us already?
Yeah, I sent it like earlier today whenever I wrote the thing down.
Yeah, I got the text that you sent me on that, and I'll look it up and I'll include that. I'm going to write up a little minutes here on our meeting, and then I can include the link and stuff so that way I can send it out to everybody. And so we have essentially all that. Hey, Adrian, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are y'all?
All right, we're discussing, I've got Linda here online. We're essentially discussing how we're going to do this. She's already created a Google Docs folder, and she's already got information. And I was you said you were under the impression that we have to determine if we're for or against the policy, correct, Linda?
Yeah, so that's what I originally thought, but I guess it's just one paper.
Yeah.
And then that's it.
Yeah.
So that's all we need to do, whether everybody is for the policy or against the policy, and then the entire paper has to show that. But it's technically a paper based on non-bias and everything, so it just needs to sound very factual.
Yeah, right. I mean, I'm for the HB 18. Are you? I assume. I imagine all of us are.
Yes.
Okay, so we're on par with that. So you think that we all three of us should write a 10-page paper and then?
No. That is not what we should.
Okay.
I didn't avoid that. That's what you thought, but that's not. But you know that now we need to all write it together, not necessarily.
Yes.
Okay. I was confused. Okay, so I'm glad we got that out in the open. So, Adrian, what we were talking about is essentially dividing and conquering, how we're going to determine this. And I know one thing, she said that we have to have a minimum of, is it 9 or 10 peer-reviewed articles? They have to be actually peer-reviewed, factual stuff. It can't be news-related, it can't be Wikipedia, none of that stuff. It's got to be actual factual stuff.
Yeah, that's what it says, yeah.
So we can add other things, but that doesn't count towards the references. So that being said, we got to do that. So I figured all of us, we could divide it up. And since is it 9? Is it 9?
Yeah, it's 9.
So I figured we could divide it up and do 3 references each, and we could all jot down all our information and write it down. But I think I was wondering if we should divide it up, like somebody does the introduction, somebody does the policy analysis, and another person does the conclusion. And I'm a little confused. We have another partner on this in our team as well, Ramirez, right?
Yeah, I mean, I've never heard from Marilyn, so besides like in the forum, so I don't really know I don't really know how to get a hold of her besides all the ways that we've tried.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I guess we can just reach out, but regardless, we've got to get this stuff done. So, and then we also need to do some backwards planning. So my thought process on this is that we should probably have this thing completed and done by no later than, say, the assignment's due, is it next Sunday? Not this Sunday, but the following?
No, I don't think it's due the 10th.
When is it due?
I think it's like the 7th or the 8th. Let me double check.
Hold on, I can check right now.
I might be getting confused with it. Oh yeah, it's the 8th.
It's actually due on the 8th. August 8th.
Thursday, the 8th?
Yeah, 8th. On August 8th. It's due on August 8th.
So by 11:55 on the 8th. So I'm assuming that we should probably have at least a rough or a final draft by Tuesday, that would give us at least 24 to 30 something hours to work with it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's think on that, as having that as a deadline. And then that gives us a good, either that or we could make the deadline on the 7th, and then it gives us 24 hours in which to scramble and get it all together.
Okay.
What do you want to do? You want us to have it all done by Tuesday or Wednesday? Because we're going to have to merge all this data together and then make it make sense.
So if you open the shared link that I sent, you can work on it at the same time that I'm working on it, and you can see what I'm doing, and we can all see what each other is doing. Okay. So we don't necessarily have to like add all the stuff together if that is what you're worried about.
I see what you're saying.
Can you try to see if you can open the link so you can see what I've already worked on? Because so I've worked on the portion that I started, like it's just rough ideas of what is in my head. So I've worked on the portion that says include a brief introduction to the bill, stating the importance, and then describe the problem, the issue, and the necessity of the passing the bill. And then I've also worked a little bit on include a description of the policy. So those are the 3 things that I've worked on, and then I've kind of just outlined it the way I write my papers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So if you want to divide it into those terms or whatever, then I would appreciate that I could continue working on those areas since I've already started on those.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. I wouldn't I don't think it'd be fair for you to have to start something else when you've already started that.
Did you say you sent this to our Texas State account? Because I'm looking for it and I'm not seeing it.
Okay. Yeah, I got it. Huh? Your name's on the email, so it should be there. Nature of the problem.
So I can tell you what time I sent it, so maybe that would be a little bit easier for you to find.
Okay. Okay, is it the email notification for assignment submission? No. Sorry, that's something else.
I can just resend you the link. Because I can see Adriana's already on. So I'm just gonna verify your email at Texas State is TDM.
Yep.
139.
Yep, 139 at texasstate.edu.
Okay.
I don't understand why I don't see it. I clicked unread, and I don't see it.
So I just sent the link to you. So whenever
I got it right here now.
Okay, cool.
Oh, apparently I did click on it earlier. Okay, I did. Sorry.
No worries.
Okay, so
this is what I've just worked on. I put down all the references that I've used in the past 3. So please add your references on the list too, and
okay.
Write your names on the thing because I don't want to misspell anybody's name.
Okay.
Write our names where?
So we can do alphabetical order if that works for everybody, or
I can do that.
I like alphabetical order if that works for everybody.
That works.
Last name or first?
Last name.
Is this the way the APA format is supposed to be, or do we just do team 2? Or
I would probably say names.
Yeah.
So she knows exactly who it is.
Yes.
I just know she's a real stickler on the APA stuff. So.
Yes. So I just have to add the running header. I have not gotten any points deduced or deducted on on any of my formats, so we should be fine.
Okay, so I see you've got the introduction here, Texas House Bill 18. And so you want to stick with doing the introduction and doing it this way. And then
So if you look at, do you have the rubric open on what she's going to grade us on?
I do. And so what I wanted to do is I definitely don't want to take away what you've already done. So where do you want me to cover down? And then where do you want
Okay, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there's like 9 bullets that she's going to grade us on.
Yes.
So right now I have worked on the introduction portion, bullet 1, bullet 2, and then bullet 4. Those are the ones that I've worked on.
So,
or that I've started to work on. So you guys can choose out of the other bullets, or
you've done bullet 1, bullet 2, and bullet 4?
And then bullet 4 out of the introduction portion. And then in your email or the message you sent earlier, you said that you were going to work on the interviews. Is that something that you still want to do?
Yeah, I can do that. You say we have to do 3 interviews, but I just wanted to make sure I clarify. I've got several social workers, psychologists, and stuff that I work with in the VA. And I've got one that's actually a former professor from South Texas, or one of the schools down South Texas University. She was a social work professor down there. My question is, would that qualify by talking to them, do you think?
I think if the policy would affect them, as far as maybe, I guess, because it's not the exact same. Are you meaning because it's not, because this is more about schools and public schools and that nature, and not necessarily the VA?
Yeah, I mean, they're all social workers, so they obviously all support this. I've already talked to several of them, but to do an actual formal interview and get their take on it, so we can.
I think it still counts because they're working in the same field, mental health matters to them too. So I think it would count in that regard.
Okay. Yeah, because I can talk to Mr. Daniels. He's a social worker. He's a LCSW. Susan Turner, she's an LCSW. And then maybe a psychologist, Dr. Avery, which is my supervisor. Or I could talk to Dr. Wilson Reese. She's our lead for mental health intensive case management. So, and I know they all support this, so I can ask them what their thoughts on it and why, and get specific statements. So we want to have actual statements in this, I imagine, right? Like interview 1, blah, 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 interview 2. Correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And if you need help on citing that, then we can totally do it. You would want to take down the time that you spoken to them and the date that you spoken to them?
I'll do that tomorrow. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
I'll have plenty of time tomorrow. So I'm just jotting down the minutes here. So Linda, responsibility, bullet 1, bullet 2, and bullet 4 in the intro.
Yeah.
Okay. And then Troy, 3 interviews. And then what bullets would you like me to cover down on? I'm concerned about, I guess the bullets are the identified individuals and groups concerned about the policy issue and their positions on the matter. So would that fall into, you think, the factor of statements? So bullet 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, bullet 5. Okay, so I'll put my name on there for bullet 5.
Adriana, do you have anything that you would like to work on?
Yeah, I'm looking at it. Well, I'm just trying to look at what's left right now. So
we need bullet 3 done. Historical background. I mean, that's what's I find interesting. Historical background.
So I didn't work on that one because I actually got when we did the policy analysis, the first portion, I only got a 16 on that. So I didn't feel I still don't feel very confident on it.
Uh-huh.
But
You got that grade on which one?
on the first portion that we did,
Oh, okay, the brief.
policy brief. Yeah.
Okay, let me check.
So
You see how I did on it. Policy brief.
Uh,
because we did have to write a short history on that, but this was not my best.
I understand. I did a little bit better, but not by much. So let me see. What are the historical antecedents? How much action is the problem previously handled?
So what we can do is we can send the first two to each other so that we can all read them and kind of gather how we are all thinking about it and possibly come up with something together.
I can definitely try to do the historical part. Like I can work off what I already have. Did y'all focus on, like, for the history part, more of like just mental health policies in Texas, or did y'all focus more on like how specific, I guess, did y'all get?
Okay, so I technically really bullshitted this because I had no idea
That was
what
recorded.
to do. And I ended up writing about school shootings.
Wrong team.
I mean, I can see why like that would work, honestly.
Yeah, a policy brief. I got a 16 out of 22.
Okay.
A 16 out of 20 on this one too, and she said that. Let's see what she said on mine. I'm wondering if most of it was just grammatical. I'm dyslexic as hell, so that's been my biggest downfall. That's why I went out and purchased Grammarly and stuff. Let's see here. Policy brief. What did she write on here?
I usually run everything through Grammarly too. It was worth it.
Yeah, it does, but it doesn't catch everything. Like, there's stuff that Microsoft Word actually catches that Grammarly doesn't, which I was kind of shocked. Yeah, she knocked me off on a lot of points, like on my APA formatting. She got me on my title page. I had an abstract. She lined through that because we're going to have an abstract for this paper. I know that, but we don't do that till we have
Where does it say we need an abstract?
When you do a paper, you're supposed to have an abstract.
We should probably ask her about that because on none of her papers, the first two that I've ever written, I wrote an abstract, she canceled them out. So
yeah, I don't think
that you need an abstract for this class, or maybe for writing a policy analysis or briefs, you don't need abstracts.
Yeah, I think it would be in the rubric if.
Okay.
Because I haven't done any. Yeah, I haven't done a rubric for her.
Yeah, she's got me on a lot of stuff like state of Texas, like capital S, because I didn't capitalize that. And
well, we got you, Troy.
So I don't see where she got me on anything else other than just like grammatical stuff. But she didn't. I don't see anything as far as my data that she said was.
Okay, so if we all feel comfortable, we can just send those two out so that we can kind of incorporate everybody's idea into one so that it kind of flows.
Yeah. You want me to send that to you, Linda, or just do you want me to put it in this folder? Or how?
You can put it in the folder so that we can all see it. But if you don't know how to do it, you can email it to me and then I'll put it in the folder so that everybody can see it too.
Okay. I want to just save it on my desktop right now. Policy brief.
So do we have like Marilyn's phone number or anything?
I think I grabbed it to make the group me so she could get those notifications. But I don't know if I have it otherwise.
Okay. I think it might be in our team rules, or what is it, the charter?
Yeah.
So that maybe we could try to reach her to see what's going on. I know that she said that she had a baby,
Oh.
so that might be a little bit hard for her. I don't know if did any of us post in the forum, because I know that she has posted in the forum more than what she has answered on the group me.
Mm-hmm.
Did any of us post that we were having the meeting today, or?
I didn't post it in there. I sent it to the email, and I also sent it on the group me thing as well.
Did y'all see a message from her in the group me? Because I did, but it was really strange, and I didn't think she meant to
like
say
leave me alone or something like that. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So I just assumed that a child was there, and because it was not very.
Yeah, I saw it too, and I was wondering what it was, but it said "leave me alone." But I was wondering if that was just like an error because of an icon or something that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't seem like a real like sentence or anything, so I don't know.
Okay. So
neither here nor there, but regardless, we either have to get in touch with her, but we need to divide more. So bullet 5. So I'm going to do 3 interviews. Bullet 5. Linda, you've got bullet 1, 2, and 4. Adrian, what was it that you're going to knock out on this?
So wait, so somebody else. So who's doing the historical background? Because I am.
Oh, I thought you volunteered for that one.
Yeah, no, I did. I was double checking. Yeah, that's what I'm good to do the historical background. And I can start on, let's see. I can start on the analysis too.
Okay.
Or wait, let's see. Wait. Description, identify, and policy.
Identify conclusions and recommendations.
Okay. Well, I would leave like a few so we can have like gives at least there's something for Marilyn to have when the time comes.
Yeah, that also works. And if it and if it doesn't happen, we can all work on the conclusion and the recommendations, because I'm pretty sure that we can all think about a way to make the policy better or how to improve it in the future.
Yeah, I think that's like the like benefit of that part. I think that like kind of is like the easier part, of like just rather than like it being more analytical.
This has to be 10 pages, double spaced, excluding the title page and the reference page, right?
Yeah. But that shouldn't be too bad, because the little bit that I wrote was already like 2 pages. So
yeah, the double spacing I think makes it a lot easier.
Yeah. So that should not be like too concerning. And if you interview 3 people, you should be able to get, some very good ideas to write about. And then when we do our research, we said that we each were going to do 3.
Yeah, 3 references each is what we came up with. 3 peer-reviewed references.
So that's going to also help contribute to the body of the paper. So it shouldn't be too bad.
Do you want to split up as far as like who wants to do what topic on peer-reviewed references, as far as somebody going to look up references on mental health, this, that, or suicide?
So I think we could just do it by like whatever you're writing about.
Whatever your topic would be, that would be what you would want to look at the peer-reviewed references.
Okay, so all right. Okay. So let me get this right on the bullets. Adrian, you're doing the provided for the background?
Yeah, do historical and the analysis.
And the whole analysis? You're not going to...
I mean, I'm just gonna do as much as I possibly as possible. But I think let's see, reflective model policy analysis.
What about conclusion and recommendation?
So if we each start working on everything, I'm pretty sure that we can all come up with some kind of conclusion, and then everybody can like chip in for a recommendation. I don't think that those are like the hard ones. Like the hard ones are like the bullets that we're talking about now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I wonder what she considers to be unbiased, though.
When you need to like watch your language.
Mm-hmm.
So be very general. Like you wouldn't want to be like, I feel, or this is that. It needs to be very factual.
Okay.
Like objective.
Yeah. So if whoever you're interviewing tells you, oh, I think this is a very bad decision because of, I read that it was like an invasion of privacy in some of the stuff that I read. Mm-hmm. If he says that, then you can say, well, so-and-so said that it was an invasion of privacy. That is completely unbiased because you're not saying, oh, I think he's crazy. Now you're giving opinion. That would be.
So I guess when I interview these folks, like I'm going to ask them specifically, like, do you know of any research or any data that you can conclude this to support why you think this and that, you know, and then kind of throw that in there so that way it is factual. They're not just going, well, I just think we should have more social workers in schools, period, and blah, blah, blah. Why? You know, why do you feel, and what has been proven, or, you know, see what they say. Do you think that would be good?
Yeah, that should be good. You should probably start by asking them if they know about Bill 18, because that might be what we need to figure out. Like, we need to ask people about Bill 18 and how they feel about it. Like whether they're for it or against it and why.
You guys want to go with me right now and structure some questions real quick, or do you want me to I can go ahead and create the questions and do it?
I would say that you can have all liberty to ask whatever you feel is necessary.
All right, I'll play Anderson Cooper.
Yeah, I think you can use too, like some of the things that we had to develop, like what the bill does, you know what I mean? Like if they don't know what it does, just say like, well, it does, like just those like main points that we had to make like in the testimonial. Like you can kind of say that, like if they don't know.
Okay. That is a very good idea.
Okay. All right, I think we got it from there, and then we agreed on what date we want to conclude on this.
Yeah, Tuesday, right? That's what we said?
Yeah, we can do Tuesday. Do you guys want to meet again to discuss what we have, or if we need anything else? Or can we just, I'm totally okay with just seeing what everybody's progress is on the document because we can all see it. Yeah. And if we need any assistance, can we just reach out through the text messages and be like, you know what, I'm stuck. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that sounds good.
Yeah, that's fine. Did you want to schedule a Zoom meeting the same time next Tuesday, or do you want to just play it by ear right now?
I don't really think we need another like Zoom meeting. I mean, unless it like is really going terribly, like I think because we'll be like writing in this document, so we'll be able to see each other's like progress.
Okay. So who's going to be responsible for reeling in Ms. Ramirez at this point and trying to make sure that?
I think let's give her at least a day to like reply.
Yeah. I'll text her if I find the number on the team charter thing and see what's going on. Yeah. How does that sound? And if by Thursday we don't hear anything from her, then what do you guys want to do?
I mean, at that point, we probably like need to ask the professor if she's like still in the class, you know, like just not really to like tell her, just be like, we're concerned, like we haven't heard from her. Is she still involved? What do you need from us? You know?
I mean, I would say by midday Thursday, if we haven't heard anything by then, I think we should bring it to the professor and then go from there and say, you know, we're going to knock out the rest of it on our own if that's what we have to do. It doesn't matter. I mean, even if she chooses, I don't foresee this happening, but I mean, if it was to come to that or conclude to that, then regardless, we got to get it done. It doesn't.
Yeah. Well, just to alleviate your concerns, Troy, at this point, we have almost everything done, all three of us.
Yeah.
No,
So,
I'm not sweating that. I know we're gonna. I got a good feeling.
so if she doesn't show up to type up the conclusion and the recommendation, we can do that quick.
Yeah. I'm not as worried about this as I am the other research paper. Like that's really what
20-page paper for Dr. Moore.
Yeah, I have Moon.
Yeah, Moon. I'm sorry. Yeah, Moon. She's whew.
Yeah, Dr. Moon. I was like, oh my God, it's not. I've been saying her name wrong forever. Okay, wait.
Yeah, that paper. I won't lie. That's 20 pages. Last semester I did a research paper for her that was, I think, 25 pages. That took me forever.
I felt like it was easier last semester because we got to do it in portions. Now it was kind of left up to us to do it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, no, you're right on that, because by the time we got done with the semester, pretty much everything I had done, just copy, paste, and then edit the heck out of it. So I spent like an entire day editing the heck out of it, and then my wife going over it. I didn't really have to add too terribly much. Now I feel like I'm,
Yeah.
It's gonna be a lot of caffeine this weekend.
Yeah. So I think we're all set. We are gonna, I'm gonna try to text her or call her and see what's going on, and we'll move on from there.
Okay, I will stop the recording and then I'll send this out to you guys.
Oh yeah. If you can send it to like Marilyn too, so that she can see it,
okay,
that would be great.
Okay, I when I stop this recording, I imagine, how do I get the link to it?
Okay, so once you stop the recording and we all leave the meeting and then you close Zoom, then that's when it's gonna come up.
Okay.